They toasted to forever, but forgot I existed. In the dim glow of a Seattle gastropub, I sat at a weathered cedar table, the air thick with the clink of glasses and the hum of celebration. My brother Jonas's wedding had been a masterpiece. Whidbey Island's cliffs framed by twilight, a jazz trio weaving through the salt air, every detail curated to my mother's exacting vision. She raised her flute, her smile sharp as cut glass. Jonas's day was flawless. Her words hung like a banner, but to me, they were a quiet erasure. The table buzzed with laughter, recounting the night's highlights. Jonas's effortless dip of his bride, the speech that left everyone misty-eyed. I passed the olive plate, my smile a practice mask. The dutiful sister, always present, never seen. My aunt leaned forward, her grin teasing but pointed. So, when's your spotlight? Or are you keeping us guessing? Chuckles rippled around the table. My father's lips twitched, as if the jab were a harmless game. I traced the edge of my napkin, my silver band catching the light briefly before I tucked it beneath the table. My mother's voice cut in, light but laced with expectation. Don't dawdle, Mara. Time's ticking. The laughter swelled, oblivious to the weight it carried. I sipped my Merlot, letting its warmth anchor me. My smile held, but beneath it, a secret smoldered, ready to ignite. Jonas's best man, lounging in his chair, tossed out a barb. Careful, Mara. Wait too long, and you'll be, what's the phrase? Past your prime. Snickers erupted. My mother's lips pursed, but she didn't correct him, her silence louder than approval. I twirled my glass, the wine catching the chandelier's glow. Heat pricked my skin, but I kept my face steady, a skill honed over years of being their backdrop. Then, softly, I let it slip. It's already done. The words landed like a dropped match. The table froze. Forks stilled. My aunt's smirk faltered. What? My mother whispered, her voice thin as frost. I set my glass down. I'm married. The room contracted. Jonas's bride glanced away, caught in the shockwave. My father coughed, wordless. My mother's eyes narrowed, her tone stripped of warmth. When? She demanded. 7 months ago, I said, calm as stone. Courthouse, no fuss. Jonas's jaw tightened, his gaze flicking to our parents, as if I'd rewritten his script. I folded my napkin, serene. They'd always read my quiet as compliance. Tonight, they'd see it was control. Their questions came fast, a barrage of who and why I had no interest in answering. But my mind drifted to another moment, months earlier, in Seattle's Fremont neighborhood. Spring had softened the city's edges, cherry blossoms dusting the sidewalks. I checked my mailbox daily, expecting the embossed invitation to Jonas's wedding. My mother's calls were endless with details, floral arches, custom vows, but no envelope came. When I asked, her voice was breezy. We figured you'd be tied up with teaching, Mara. Jonas echoed her. Didn't want to complicate things with a plus one. Each excuse was a smooth blade, cutting me out. The wedding day arrived, and I stayed in my apartment, scrolling through photos. Jonas and his bride by Puget Sound, my parents radiant, the caption family in focus. I wasn't there. Not a mistake, but a choice. That night, I sat by my window, the city's lights blurring. The betrayal wasn't exclusion. It was knowing I'd never been included. 7 months earlier, I'd stood in King County Courthouse with Lila, my partner. The clerk's pen scratched across our forms, and a judge's voice was all it took. Simple vows, no audience. We stepped into a drizzle-soaked afternoon, Lila holding dahlias wrapped in twine. At Gasworks Park, we read promises we'd scrawled on note cards, the space needle faint in the mist. My ring, a slim rose-gold band, felt like a key to a door I'd built myself. No one photographed us. The lake reflected our quiet joy, and that was enough. I mailed a photo to my parents, me laughing, Lila's hand steadying me. No call came. No note. Their silence was a wall, confirming my place outside their story. At the gastropub, my words shifted the air. I'd drawn a line, and their shock was proof they'd never seen me coming. Days later, my father texted, "Coffee? Just us." At a diner in Capitol Hill, he slid a worn photo across the table. The one I'd sent. "Your mother called it reckless," he said. I kept it. His eyes held something new, regret, maybe. "Is she good to you?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "She sees me." He nodded, but didn't promise change. It was enough for now. Then the album arrived. Glossy pages of Jonas's wedding. Every moment polished. A family portrait stopped me cold. A woman stood in my place, labeled Mara Wren. A cousin, close enough in looks to pass. They'd rewritten me. "Lila," beside me whispered, "they knew you belonged." But erasure isn't belonging. I scrawled return on the package and dropped it in a mailbox, the thud final. My mother's email came next, accusing me of betrayal. Jonas posted a smug photo online, captioned "True Family Stays." I didn't reply. Instead, I planned a gathering at Volunteer Park, inviting friends who'd always seen me. Under cherry trees, we shared vows again, surrounded by laughter and lanterns. My father came, standing at the edge, watching. "I'm learning," he murmured. I nodded, letting the moment breathe. Weeks later, my mother emailed, cautious. I replied, "No more edits, no more substitutes." My father's response was simple. "I'll respect that." Jonas's message stung, but I let it fade. On the Burke-Gilman Trail, Lila and I walked, the photo in my pocket no longer proof but a promise. My story was mine, unscripted, whole.